Coming up on AgweekTV, we're covering all things livestock at the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo in South Dakota.
We'll hear about what ag groups think about the Trump administration's moves on tariffs.
Our AgWeek livestock tour makes a stop at a sheep farm, and we'll watch some working dogs show off their skills. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. This week we're coming from the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo in Rapid City, South Dakota. The show features horse and rodeo events, livestock shows and sales, shopping, live music, a trade show, and much more. Many events take place throughout the stock show and rodeo, but the Bronx for Breakfast event is a crowd favorite. I attended and learned more.
You know, ranch bronc riding is about pure grit.
Tiff Robertson is the Bronx for Breakfast committee chair for the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo. The Bronx for Breakfast event started a decade ago and has continued to be a fan favorite. Those attending fill up on biscuits and gravy before watching cowboys hang on tight to bucking broncs. The idea originally came to fruition when the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo was looking for a morning event to add to their roster.
Why don't we buck some horses and have some biscuits and gravy and some Bloody Marys? And here we are 10 years later, and it has just grown to be one of the most favorite events during the Black Hills Stock Show.
32 cowboys compete throughout the event and hope to be the one to win.
I say it's a Western way of life. We bring the cowboys off the ranch to town. They bring their stock saddles that they ride their horses with every single day, and they put them on birch bucking horses. And they see who's going to hold on and show their cowboy talents.
A warm welcome to Cinch Head.
Since I was 17, I've been chasing this career.
Cinch Ebb is no stranger to the Bronx for Breakfast arena, making this his fourth year to be a competitor in the event.
The first year I was here, I was third runner-up. And then second year I came, I ended up winning it. And then last year, I ended up second again.
I just seen all my buddies here last year, how it looked like they were having a lot of fun and just want to be part of it.
This is Owen Sachs' first time participating in Bronx for Breakfast. While he is new to the rodeo scene, Sachs has been enjoying the ride.
No one ever rodeoed in my family and just decided I want to get on one and see how it goes, and it didn't go good, but I liked it, so I just kept sticking to it.
Thank gosh we have the Western way of life. We've got younger people coming up in the ranch rodeo or even the Bronx for Breakfast. Some of the guys have retired that have been here in the past 10 years, but we filled the seats. And today when I was taking registration, there was at least 6 or 7 guys. This is their very first time at Bronx for Breakfast, and they've been waiting to get here. They couldn't get entered because we would fill it so fast. And so it's great to see the next generation coming up and filling those spots.
Both Ebb and Sachs enjoy their time in the saddle and hope to make the most of those 8 seconds.
Just have fun and hopefully I come out on top.
Just get out there for 8 seconds, get on one, maybe earn some money, and have a good time.
The bronc riding is open to everyone to compete and is sanctioned with the Western State Ranch Rodeo Association. WSRRA members will be eligible for national finals qualifying points. It's been a week of uncertainty over whether President Trump would impose tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. In this week's Ag Week cover story, we look at the possible impacts of tariffs on ag.
The Trump administration's moves on tariffs made a big buzz at farm shows this week, including at the American Sugar Beet Growers Association's annual meeting in San Diego.
It's very interesting, maybe almost a little bit chaotic, but keep a cool head.
Robert Cassidy is an attorney who represents the sugar industry on trade. He says tariffs could upset the balance of domestic and import sugar that makes up the U.S. sugar program.
One thing we've learned is to listen to what the president says, because he has a tendency to do what he says, and that means it will be a very interesting time.
At the North Dakota Corn and Soybean Expo, the chairman of the North Dakota Corn Utilization Council says the tariffs could have a big impact on ag, especially if those countries apply similar tariffs in retaliation. Carson Klosterman says North Dakota sells a lot of ethanol to Canada and Mexico, along with a lot of other commodities. In fact, he says the last couple of years have set corn export records in the state.
We're very pro-trade, and we want to make sure that we can get that in the countries that need it, and we get it there at a fair price.
Justin Sherlock is the president of the North Dakota Soybean Growers Association and is a national director for the American Soybean Association. Soybeans were among the crops most affected by tariffs in the first Trump term, so he's keeping a close eye on the situation.
soybeans are in a pretty tough financial position to begin with. And, if we add additional pressure, market pressure with tariffs, some of us are fearful we will lose more demand.
Experts say tariffs would have significant ripple effects throughout the supply chain and ultimately on food prices. This is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. Up next on AgweekTV, a South Dakota sheep farm is finding ways to diversify to stay successful.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire and Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brent does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of Brent products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Powerful genetics at an incredible value. Join us for Olson's Red Power Bull Sale Thursday, February 20th at the ranch west of Argusville, North Dakota. We'll be selling 70 head of high-quality Red Angus and polled Hereford bulls, heifers, and select-bred females. We're celebrating 89 years in the registered cattle business in our heated sale facility. Join us at noon for a great meal before our 1 p.m. sale on Thursday, February 20th, west of Argusville, North Dakota.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
North Dakota Farmers Union is hosting the Evolution Ag Summit on Tuesday, February 18th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the NDFU headquarters in Jamestown. This one-day event will explore new developments in renewable fuels markets and the opportunities they create for North Dakota farmers, bringing together farmers and industry experts to promote better understanding and collaboration. Register online at ndfu.org/evolutionag.
The AgWeek Livestock Tour is sponsored by Jorgensen Land and Cattle and Linskov Ranch.
Welcome back to AgWeek TV from Rapid City, South Dakota. This week's AgWeek Livestock Tour takes us to a sheep operation in Florence, South Dakota. As Ariana Schumacher found, they are finding ways to diversify.
Justin Weatherford has been running this farm since 2013. Originally, it was a cow-calf operation, but now it's just sheep, raising 600 ewes along with a couple thousand feeder lambs. They also started to do accelerated lambing, where they lamb 500 to 600 sheep 3 times within an 18-month period.
We were getting kind of pushed out from high pasture rents and crop prices were good them few years, and we needed to diversify, and we looked into getting sheep and kind of ran with it.
In 2021, Weatherford started purchasing wool independently. He works with Bowman Wool and Wool Partners. He sells his own wool while also marketing others' wool.
There's some really good wool in the country. I'm able to group wool and kind of pool it together to make lots and get a better marketing for the local producer.
This year, the wool market hasn't been in his favor.
This year's been pretty tough. Wool prices are kind of at an all-time low, that I would say. But hopefully, optimistically, we can see some better prices on wool.
Balancing both wool markets and raising sheep can get hectic at times, but Weatherford said adding wool marketing was essential to his operation.
But it was kind of a necessary thing to take on to keep diversifying, to make ends meet and offer another source or outlet for for wool in the area.
Overall, Weatherford views sheep as a great way to diversify an operation.
I think keeping an open mind and willing to put in the work, there's a lot of opportunity to use sheep for diversifying your operation.
In Florence, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
When it comes to marketing their sheep, Weatherford says 90% of that marketing is traditional fat lambs. Monarch butterflies are an important part of the ecosystem, but their numbers have been significantly dropping over the past 30 years. There are many reasons, and one is ag practices. U.S. Fish and Wildlife is proposing listing monarch butterflies as a threatened species. It is considering some possible contradictory ways to protect them. That includes planting milkweed for their habitat, but restricting pesticides so farmers may avoid creating habitats. At the American Sugar Beet Growers Association's annual meeting, the group's vice president for science and innovation told the group the new rule may discourage farmers from participating.
So essentially the way it's written, Fish and Wildlife is setting up a conflict for farmers, asking them to both provide habitat and then to stop using or reduce their use of pesticides. And this seems like it's probably going to be counterproductive for protecting monarch butterflies.
The Fish and Wildlife Service is taking public comments on the proposal until March 12th. Producers at the Minnesota Ag Expo in Mankato heard from state leaders on changes coming soon for the ag industry. That includes major changes to the permits required for the largest farms in the state. Minnesota Pollution Control Agency Commissioner Katrina Kessler says the agency updated the state disposal system and National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System feedlot general permits. These permits are required for facilities of 1,000 or more animals, and she says they're working to streamline the permitting process.
And there's a lot of steps in that process, and arguably regulations have gotten more complicated, but it doesn't mean that we can't move faster and be more efficient with the public resources in the way that we process the permits and consider them.
Online training for the new permits can be found at the MPCA website. Trainings will also be taking place throughout February. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll meet some of the interns who helped make the Black Hills Stock Show a success.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
Improve the profitability of your ranch by partnering with Top Herefords. Attend the 25th Anniversary Bull Sale, February 14th at the ranch in Grace City, North Dakota. When you buy a Top Herefords bull, you're getting top-of-the-line genetics and benefits of marketing your feeder cattle and replacement quality heifers direct. It's a common-sense approach to greater profits on your ranch. View the 2025 catalog on topherefords.com and join us at the Bull Sale, February 14th at 1 p.m.
Are you a farmer looking to stay on top of trends in the industry? Attend the International Crop Expo, February 19th and 20th at the Alara Center. This free event includes seminars and a trade show featuring over 100,000 square feet of farming machinery and vendors. Hear from keynote speakers John Newton, Wyatt Wardner, and Bobby Sondrial. The International Crop Expo at the Alara Center, February 19th and 20th. Learn more at cropexpo.com.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop, you're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Winter is here, and so are the savings. At Gateway Building Systems, take advantage of limited-time winter discounts on Brock solid grain bins, built to protect your harvest and your bottom line. Need immediate assistance? Our expert millwrights crews are available now to handle your repairs and upgrades. Schedule your preseason checkup today. Don't wait. Lock in your winter discounts. Call Gateway Building Systems at 1-800-747-4499.
AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
What does the month of February have in store for us when it comes to weather? Here's our AgriWeather outlook.
While we're in the cold depths of winter, I thought I'd share something a little optimistic with you. February is a big month for gaining daylight, not only here in the Northern Plains, but across the entire country. Near 40 minutes in Texas, 50 minutes from Oklahoma toward about the Kansas area, Nebraska about 60 minutes, 70 minutes as you go through South Dakota, southern Minnesota, northern parts of Iowa, and up to 80 minutes across North Dakota and northern Minnesota. That's a big turnaround in your daylight from the start of the month to the end of the month in a very short month, the shortest month, of course. Even though we're working on gaining daylight, we still have some cold and winter to go through. Not quite to those long days and not quite to planting season, of course, just yet. But as we go throughout the rest of the month here, this is what I want you to watch out for. Next week features very cold air, brutal cold, dangerous cold. For areas further up to the north, you're looking at near zero or even sub-zero high temperatures. To the south, single digits or teens for your highs. And then, of course, your overnight lows are dropping down below zero night after night after night. Factor in any wind and it'll feel even colder, with cold weather advisories likely in place throughout next week. Later, to end the month, as we get through about President's Day and beyond, we start to watch out for our temperatures to moderate a little bit. I don't expect a grand warm-up, but closer to average or just slightly below average. And periodic snows do look to continue, which is going to help us a little bit in our snow drought. Will it erase drought conditions? Probably not. It's not big moisture-making snow. And of course, the majority of our moisture throughout the year comes from summertime thunderstorms. So we're not expecting big moisture. But periodic snows will help to at least boost us in the snow drought department. Here's what I'm looking at for your upper level flow. So basically that means the jet stream. Jet's going to drop to the south as we go throughout the next week, which, as you know, allows all of that colder Canadian air to come right down to us. Watch what happens throughout the week. Notice these deeper, darker purples, pinks seep all the way down through South Dakota, southern Minnesota, even getting close to portions of Nebraska by about the early to middle parts of the coming week. Look at that pink all the way down into Nebraska. That will bring in that Arctic high pressure, that Arctic air, and shove any mild air further off to the east and to the southeast. Even places like Florida won't be all that warm, by their standards, of course, as we go throughout the next week. Cold air really holds tight and it continues through about the entire week. So that obviously plays through when we look at these climate prediction maps. How far below zero, how far below average we're looking over the next couple of weeks. This outlook here as we go through about Valentine's Day, well below average temperatures as we just went through your highs near zero or even sub-zero to the north, single digits, maybe teens as you travel further to the south. As the jet drops down to the south, that does allow for some activity on either coast, and that's where we'll watch out for more of the active wetter patterns. Closer to average as we do go throughout the rest of February there, but the periodic snows look to continue.
Whether you are a farmer moving a single piece, a contractor updating your fleet, or a large dealer needing to liquidate assets, Dagger Machinery will come to you and handle every step of the process.
Powerful genetics at an incredible value. Join us for Olson's Red Power Bull Sale Thursday, February 20th at the ranch west of Argusville, North Dakota. We'll be selling 70 head of high-quality Red Angus and polled Hereford bulls, heifers, and select-bred females. We're celebrating 89 years in the registered cattle business in our heated sale facility. Join us at noon for a great meal before our 1 p.m. sale on Thursday, February 20th, west of Argusville, North Dakota.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. service techs. Come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries,
but maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand,
but maybe don't.
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank,
but maybe don't.
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
At OK Tire, we're here to keep you going, whether you're in the field or on the job site. From heavy-duty replacement tracks and conversion systems, planters to power sports, we have the right solution to tackle every working condition. We even offer a free, no-obligation undercarriage inspection to ensure your equipment is ready to roll. With expert installation and premium brands, OK Track Solutions is here to keep your operation on track.
It takes a lot of people to put on a successful event like the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo. I met with some of the stock show interns who have a hand in making the week go off without a hitch.
So I grew up coming to this stock show pretty much all my life, competing in the 4-H events.
Casey Gehring is a sophomore studying ag science at South Dakota State University. She grew up on her family's farm in Parkston, South Dakota, and has many fond memories of going to the Black Hills Stock Show. So now that she is a Black Hills Stock Show intern, she says it feels like a full circle moment.
Growing up, I did the 4-H side, which is all over at the fairgrounds. We did hippology and the quiz bowl side of thing, just kind of getting ready for our the horse side of 4-H. And then being able to come back and really get in deep and see the behind the scenes has been incredible.
Some of the major tasks are pretty much just organizing all the shows and sales.
Lainey DeVries is a sophomore at Iowa State studying agricultural business. Last year, one of DeVries' friends was a Black Hills Stock Show intern and spoke so highly of the experience, DeVries decided to apply.
I grew up showing livestock, so it's one of the big passions of mine, and just being able to get outside of Iowa and travel and kind of see a different side of the country and kind of what livestock looks like out here.
For Gehring and DeVries, the people are what have made their Black Hills Stock Show experience great.
My favorite part about being here is definitely the people. I've gotten to meet some incredible people from all different parts of the country. They've been great to work with, and I've gotten some really great experience learning from those people out here.
We've had amazing connections with all of the people around us, and everybody's so willing to come up and talk to us. They're like, what's your story? How did you get here? And why did you choose this? And it was truly incredible, and I'm very, very thankful for the connections that I've made this last week.
There are 8 total interns for the Black Hills Stock Show. Still ahead on AgweekTV, farmers get a hand from their 4-legged friends. We'll see some of the best in action.
North Dakota Farmers Union is hosting the Evolution Ag Summit on Tuesday, February 18th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the NDFU headquarters in Jamestown. This one-day event will explore new developments in renewable fuels markets and the opportunities they create for North Dakota farmers, bringing together farmers and industry experts to promote better understanding and collaboration. Register online at ndfu.org/evolutionag.
Are you a farmer looking to stay on top of trends in the industry? Attend the International Crop Expo, February 19th and 20th at the Alara Center. This free event includes seminars and a trade show featuring over 100,000 square feet of farming machinery and vendors. Hear from keynote speakers John Newton, Wyatt Wardner, and Bobby Sondrial. The International Crop Expo at the Alara Center, February 19th and 20th. Learn more at cropexpo.com.
Protect your wheels from wear, tear, and debris obstruction with the patented Gauge Wheel Protection System from Jung Enterprise, Inc.
It's steel on steel, so there's no friction like you have with rubber, so it turns much easier.
The steel ring also acts as a scraper, preventing spoked wheels from getting plugged in the mud and the lip of the tire from getting worn away.
It's made such a big difference. I don't have near the issues anymore.
Reduce downtime and extend the life of your tires. Contact Jung Enterprise, Inc. today.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Man's best friend can also be man's biggest helper for many farmers and ranchers. Ariana Schumacher joins us from the sheepdog trials at the Black Hills Stock Show to see how trained dogs can fill the labor shortage void.
Thanks, Emily. Dog trainers from around the country have gathered at the Black Hills Stock Show sheepdog trials. This competition gives them a chance to showcase their dogs' sheep herding abilities. Working dogs line the sides of the arenas waiting for their turn to show off their sheep herding skills.
I think the main thing you'll see with these people is they just love their dogs and they just love showing them off and having fun with them.
Rhonda Plesher of Uma, Colorado has been training dogs for the past 8 years. But it's not just for the fun of the sport. For her, her dogs are ranch hands.
Everybody will tell you it's very hard to find help. And what the dog, the border collie especially, can save you 4 or 5 hired men.
With the ag labor shortage, many of these showmen turn to their dogs for help around their farms and ranches.
They're priceless. I mean, we run cattle with my son-in-law and my son, and we all use dogs, and so we need a third of the manpower because of our dogs. And they fill so many holes and do way more than what people actually do.
And they could be more affordable than hiring workers.
I mean, a good trained dog can be expensive, but when you look over the years that you have him and basically the expense of buying him and training and then the dog food, it's still cheaper than having an employee.
During the competition, dogs have to get the sheep through a variety of obstacles. It takes several months or years to prepare the dogs.
I put at least 60 days individually on them. And at that point, you kind of compare them to a Greenboro horse. You can take them out and use them, but they're not perfect. But most of my training is on-the-job training.
But in the end, they can see great results.
Having dogs for several years, you can build a really good relationship to where the dog almost reads your thoughts. So that's probably the biggest change that I've seen in my dogs.
Of the nearly 60 dogs competing in the trials, only 16 of those make it to the final round.
Thanks, Ariana. We appreciate you watching this special edition of AgWeek TV from the Black Hills Stock Show and Rodeo in Rapid City, South Dakota. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.